Hi, I'm Tay.
I'm Brock.
And in this video, we're going to tell you how we managed to keep these two happy while living on the road.
Hi, I'm Schatzi. I'm Mila.
So our first tip is to get a bed that fits perfectly in the back of our car and in the walkway, and it's so nice because we can just transfer it back and forth.
And it helps them know when they're in the trailer that this is their space where they're supposed to stay.
Otherwise, they're just walking around and getting in the way. Tip number 2 is to get super long leashes. We have leashes from Wilder Dog that have a carabiner on each side, so we can fold the leashes up, make them shorter for when we're walking around the city, and we'll hook that to one part of the trailer, and then they have 10 feet to roam, so it's multi-purpose again.
Tip number 3 is to get some sort of light up collar. We tried glow in the dark collars, those don't work super well. But on Amazon we found some little lights that you can basically attach to their collar, and we've used those. They work pretty well in most cases, except for when the dogs are like really far away or when they're running in a direction that their body blocks the light.
Yeah, if they're facing away from you, it doesn't work out really well. The thing that works best is we found collars on Amazon that we use that have lights in them that you can turn on and off. They can also flash, and that seems to work the best. And then for Mila, her fur blocks that. So I think this winter we're gonna get something that's almost like a harness that lights up for her. And for Schatzi, we use the collar that has lights that go all the way around.
Tip number 4, get rain jackets. I think that's the most important article of clothing, because if you're in a car or a trailer, you do not want wet dog smell. And then also a dog specific towel, because you don't want to use your human towel. So we got this really cool one that has little hand slots that you can put your hands in, so you can like grip them real well and rub them down and dry them off, and it's a super absorbent towel.
Tip number 5 is to work on some basic commands before you move into the van or the trailer. We worked on stay and worked on practicing staying in the back of the car. So now we can pretty much go anywhere, leave the car door open. They hang out on their bed in the back and they don't move. Even if a dog walks by, they see a squirrel, they know that they can't leave the car. That makes it easy for us to clean up and get ready to hit the road, change, cook, do whatever we need, and we know that they're safe back there. We've also worked on recalls since we're in the wild a lot and they're running around, and anything else that might help you. So whether that's place so that they know to stay on their bed while you're cooking to prevent any injuries, just things like that. It makes van life a whole lot easier when you don't have to worry about them.
Tip number 6 is to make sure that they have a chance to stretch their legs and go potty every time you stop. We're really good about this, and we got it down to a little routine. So when we stop to get gas, I start the gas, she goes into the gas station to use the restroom, get snacks or water, and then when she comes out, we'll switch. I'll go into the restroom and she will take them for a walk and to go potty, just because it's important to make sure that they have time to use the facilities as well.
Yeah, and you know, they're in a car all day, maybe even just a few hours, but they don't know how much longer they have. They're not excited to go where they're going necessarily. So it's fun to let them stretch their legs, sniff, get a little bit of energy out. If you're trying to get your dog super tired before you hit the road, just let them sniff. Don't try and take them for a super long walk or anything. Sniffing uses so much brain power and is so much mental stimulation that 10 minutes of sniffing, I forget exactly how much it was, but it was like equal to an hour-long walk or something crazy like that. So on your pit stops, let them sniff for 5-10 minutes and they'll be very content the rest of the car ride.
Tip number 7 is to bring a few of their favorite toys. Don't bring all of their toys. These two are spoiled and have like a million toys. Yeah, you're spoiled. We usually just bring like 2 to 4 toys with us, and we'll usually leave 1 or 2 in the trunk with them in case they get bored while they're back there. But bring their favorites and don't overdo it on the toys.
Something you can also do is rotate the toys. So leave 2 out for them to play with and then keep 2 in a cabinet or something. Rotate them every month and they'll think they got a new toy. The next one is a mini vacuum. I would argue that this is the most important. Every morning and every night I vacuum the trailer. It takes 5 minutes total and it keeps the dust down a lot. When you're in a really confined space like that, it collects a lot easier. It helps keep the dust down so much, and it's honestly my favorite thing.
Number 9 is to get a collapsible crate, which is great for them to have a safe space. It's great that it's collapsible because it fits in the trunk of the car right beneath their bed. And then if we ever do need to go to an Airbnb or a hotel or leave them somewhere where they need a crate, we have that available, and they make some really lightweight, affordable, collapsible crates.
Yeah, I think the one we have is like 8 pounds or something
So light.
crazy.
Tip number 10 is to have some sort of designated area for the dog's things, because then otherwise their stuff just gets piled in with your stuff. It gets messy. If you have a specific cabinet or a box or a tray that is just for their toys and their leashes and their towels and anything else, helps keep it more confined and organized.
It also helps ensure that you don't have too much stuff for them. So if you get something new, you know you have to exchange it. It's really important to have a designated space for everything in a van or a trailer, and so that just helps kind of keep you in check. In line with that, in the Airstream Basecamp 20X, our food container fits perfectly under the front benches, and we can fit, like a week and a half, 2 weeks of food in it. We will link it in the description, but fits perfectly, it stays out of the way, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges is where do you store food, especially if you have 2 big dogs. So that works very well. We feed our girls a raw diet. That's not something that we can do on the road. We don't have a big enough freezer. So we feed them freeze-dried raw food. And that works really well. Ours is from Open Farm. We've tried a couple different brands. This is the one they get most excited about. All that to say, you can give your dog a very healthy diet and stay on the raw food regimen with freeze-dried raw and just add supplements.
I will also say living with your dogs on the road is of course super fun and rewarding for you as the human, but it's such a good life for them. They get to explore so many new places and run around and smell new things, and sure, there are some times where they have long hours in the car, but there are also lots of times where if you're living at home, they're probably just laying around the living room all day, and so it's a really good life for them.
And there's nothing more that they want than to just be with you.
That's true. We'll be moving back into our trailer soon to be living in it almost full time this winter, so let us know down in the comments if you have any questions about the Basecamp 20X.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.